Welcome to our January edition of Let's Get Growing, and there's still plenty to do in the landscape, so let's get growing. Remember, in January we're just going to mow the grassy weeds, and if you planted cool season grass, you'll be mowing that. You're going to continue the major pruning of trees, which means that we're going to up-limb them, any limbs that cross and rub, dead and diseased wood, and open the middle out. If you have to get off the ground, you need a professional. And always, people ask me, how do I find someone to prune my trees? First thing that you do is make sure that they're a certified arborist and ask them for their number, and you can look it up on the International Society of Arboriculture website and make sure that they are registered. And then the second thing is ask them if they'll top your tree. If they say yes, hang up, because no professional would top your tree. We'll want to spray Dormant Oil on our oaks and crab apples, etc., so that we can prevent scale and other insects in the spring. But after this time of year, we're going to have to go to a lighter oil, which would be your superior horticultural oil, and you can use that during the summer. Fertilize your pansies and other winter annuals, and it looks like we're doing that once a month. And once again, use a well-balanced fertilizer. Once again, mulch your bare soil spots and any other areas that you've just planted. Mulch is a very good insulator. So we're going to mulch our bare soil and keep it weed-free, but we're also going to keep it insulated, warm in the winter and cool in the summer, and maintain that moisture. We'll also want to plant trees and shrubs, and remember, they're on sale right now, and they are, contrary to popular belief, they are growing roots right now. So if you plant now, they'll be ready to go in the spring, and not trying to use all their nutrients to put out leaves and roots. We'll just be putting out leaves because our roots will already be established. Now we can prune our summer flowering shrubs at this time, such as crepe myrtles. Don't nub them back. Please don't commit crepe murder. You just cut off the old seed heads, nothing bigger than your finger, and then never anything bigger than your thumb. And then you can also prune the Rose of Sharon, Abelia grandiflora, and then you do not want to prune your spring blooming perennials such as azaleas and mock orange and forsythia, and your hollies, because they won't produce berries. And remember the nandinas, which when you prune nandinas, you should never prune the top. You take canes from the bottom and let them grow. They should have a natural form. They're what we call low maintenance shrubs. So remember, you should also hold off on your hawthorn and the spirea, and then you'll have beautiful spring blooming shrubs. And we don't want to forget, feed the birds, because they're important to our food chain. Today we're going to plant an interior plant, and this is going to have, well, it'll look somewhat like this. It's going to have spathiphyllum, and it's going to have some wandering jew in it, only we're going to use this white wandering jew. And then we're adding pothos, or just ivy. And then this is the spathiphyllum, and these get up rather large. They can get up to a couple feet tall. And in this pot, they should do really well. I'm just cutting off these yellow leaves because they're going to drop them eventually anyway. And you can see that we've got brand new light green growth. And as we give it more shade in an interior environment, this has been in the greenhouse, it'll get a darker green. You probably know them as peace lilies because they have a beautiful white flower that comes out of them. So what we're going to do is show you the root system, so you can see that we've got a nice viable white root system. We're going to break it up a little bit and then make sure that it's the right height. And you can see we're a little low, so we're going to add a little bit more soil to the pot, but we still want to leave a lip on the container. Now then, we have 2 pothos or ivy, and see, these are already trailing. So I'm going to put, we have 3 of these and 2 of these. So I'm going to put 1 here. I'm going to put 1 of these here. And you know what? We have plenty with just these 4. We're going to start in the middle. And this is this is another type of wandering Jew. We just call it white. And there you see, once again, but you can tell that this is a much more fibrous root system, not quite as thick as the other one. So we're going to place this here, and then we're going to come around to our right-hand side and your left, and look. And all of these were just little cuttings that we stuck in, and it's been about, I'm going to say 6 months, but you can see what a nice root system it has. We'll break it up a little bit, and then we're going to put it to where it drapes over the container. And then we're going to come over here to this side, and if you'll notice, I'm just kind of squeezing the bottom of the container and then gently teasing it out of the container. And once again, a nice viable root system. And we put it in like this. And then last but not least, another little wandering Jew. Break it up a little bit and put it in the container. So we'll start here and fill up the obvious voids which are between the containers. There's a little gap here between the container and the original plant. So what we're going to do is just take a little bit of soil and work it down in. And then work our way around. And here we have it again. Pull it away from the pot, put a little soil in. Then I go all the way around and mash in the outer edge. See if there's any little voids we need to fill. And then you look at the top, and as you can see, I've got roots exposed. And we don't want that. So we're going to put a little bit of soil, firm it down. See, here's a big one. And we're going to firm it down. Just make sure you have all your little leaves sticking out the right direction. And then you know that you'll want to take it and immediately water it. And then watch it for the next week or 2 to make sure it doesn't dry out or stay too wet. Don't kill them with kindness. They grow in spite of us, not because of us.